All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VRML. Officially our first match here of this Thursday. For me, just turned midnight, so we're getting right to it. But I'm excited because aside of having our first OCE game, or our first OCE stream of the week, we got ourselves the first cast for one of our new casters here from this very region. It's PAMWOW. And PAMWOW, how's it going, and how do you feel about this match?
I'm feeling very excited for this match. Thank you, Palidore, and everything. Everyone in the community actually for they've actually encouraged me a lot for what I'm doing right now. Actually, just really grateful for everyone's help. And I know there are a lot of people rooting for me in the OCE community at least. And yeah, very happy to be here. Very excited.
Well, happy to have you here. It's been exciting seeing this region come together with some teams and able to have its own division now this season, thanks to the efforts of the community and just the population from the quest. So yeah, it's great, and I have noticed that in fact in both the Discord as well as the Twitch channels and the chats over the weeks. Just a lot of relative to the size of the community, they're pretty spry and they're active in the chats there.
And this game that we've got coming up now, Blazing Claws versus Mozzies. Upon looking at the recent history between the two teams, Mozzies have happened to have their games in their favor, so it's going to be interesting to see if Blazing Claws can possibly adapt and overcome Mozzies for the third match of the season against them.
Yeah, absolutely. I've gotten to stream Blazing Claws finally as of a week and a half or so ago. It took a little while. Mozzies a bit more frequent to the stream, seeing them over the weeks, and as I mentioned, this region especially has a very interesting style to it. It's fun to watch. It's frantic sometimes. It gets a little crazy, but it makes for entertaining matches here, especially in what is my very late night, but your guys' prime time.
Yeah, and speaking on prime time, just looking in the chat, like this is what I'm talking about. The community, I just love it. As soon as I started playing Echo VR, just the community's been outstanding. We've got Technical Rex in here. Shouting woo, Gopesh, Punda, yeah, all these guys, I know them, love them. Thank you for coming, thank you for stopping by. Should be a great game.
Yeah, shout out to all the above. Technical Rex, Taninster, Punda PC, of course, also playing in this game, but just giving the good lucks, have funs, calling Pam here a mad lad. Did it indeed. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, it's all volunteer efforts here, and we're just the main point of VRML is, right, you get the most dedicated and passionate casters, cameramen, mods, etc. Everyone who loves the game, plays the game, they come in here, and they have the opportunity to cast all these teams, and it's fun to watch. And PAMWOW definitely impressing just with the work and the VODs from the past cups they did, lag and all, and delayed casting and all. I mean, you can tell you can tell the passion and the prowess right through all of that. So really glad to have you here.
Yeah, very interesting time at that tournament, and glad that I'm not looking at another 240p monitor right now, but it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So teams have been given the pings to start when they wish to, seeing now 5 players actually, so now they can't start. So not sure what the situation may or may not be over here in the orange side. I mean, I've seen some interesting happenings from time to time on these streams in terms of some of the rule sets and the shortened timers and things, whatnot. Kind of gets me all scrambled up. But as far as I know, 5v4 isn't a thing, so.
Well, you never know, mate. The OCE region, full of surprises.
Yep. I'll leave it at that. No, yeah, absolutely. A lot of, like I said, a lot of characters and lots of interesting and fun to watch play. Of course, CamJam. Have to always shout out CamJam because he was kind of the OCE player that everyone who played in Season 1 knows at this point. And playing in the North American region at first, but then again, as I said, coming here to help get together all these other teams for this region, and it's entertaining. And I'm really glad to see that there is enough teams to support that now, because Echo's been around for a few years, as we know. It's new to the Quest, but PC side of things been around for a few years, and just to see it livening up now in multiple regions. I mean, so many new teams, not only for the Americas, of course, but even Europe, that going up to somewhere in the area of 30 or 40 teams, able to get that going, and now OCE, even though humble beginnings, but it is a beginning, and I expect it to continue growing here with 6 teams, and hopefully even more going into the next season.
And the great thing about it starting off as not an insanely large community is that you get to know everyone straight away upon playing the game, and you really get a feel for the community. It's great just to see everyone playing in the games that you're commentating over. It's great to see everyone in the game.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. That's really how it was. As what is this, rock paper scissors or something happening? Punda PC in the chat there saying one of the Blazing Claws actually just broke their controllers. So, well, that's a tough way to start.
Oh.
Kind of consistent with the rest of the night. I don't know if you guys caught some of the games earlier, but it was an unusual amount of tech issues in tonight's matches. So that's all right. We're continuing the trend, I guess. We're consistent, if nothing.
Yep.
But yeah, going back to the point you made, though, that was really the case with Echo as a whole, regardless of the region. Just going back to the 2017 and 2018, those original days where it was super niche, even to where it is today, just getting larger and larger in community. But that was the nice part. Everyone knew each other's name. Everyone knew each other's personalities, their quirks, and now a couple years later, we see just how much it's exploded. And to date, still seeing these teams and these names that I'm not familiar with, and I say that in a good way. It's nice seeing all the increased player counts across the board.
Yep, it's always great to see. And while we're talking about the OC community here, I actually had a discussion with Technical Rex and a few others in a call earlier, and we're talking about how, at the end of a game, how you usually have the teams go and say GG and do the handshake or the attempt at doing it, or because I've seen quite a few not go the way that they were expecting it, like bodies flying everywhere, everything like that. But they were actually thinking of meeting up in the middle and singing the Australian anthem, but I'm not sure that's going to go ahead today. We can't tell if they're actually considering it, but nonetheless, we're going to get into the start of this game here.
Yeah, finally. So, all right, well, that's an interesting new development. First time I'm hearing of it, but why not? In any case, round 1 about to start here, so let's go. It's going to be Mozzies over on blue, it's Blazing Claws on orange, and off on the first joust.
Good start there by blue. Going to slap it into the orange side. And some punches going through here, but Boo's going to find it and clear it through the right tunnel. Meanwhile, Slamish is ready, and he's going to toss it right back through that tunnel. Nice pass there to Freestyle, and he's playing on the floor through the trench, and he's going to throw it up into the bubble. The Rich is calling that he's got it, and he's going to play off the roof. Inside the bubble, might look for a pass. Oh, a bit of a slip there to the right, but Punda's going to find it. And takes a shot from the long, and the goal is going to get punched out there. And a 3-point is going to start off with the Mozzies 3-0 in the first round here, with 9 minutes and 16 seconds left on the clock.
How about that? 9:13 on the clock. That was a 13-meter-per-second shot. That was a 13-meter throw. So lucky 13s and a lucky 3 for Mozzies to start this one off, as a very unlucky crash from Blazing Claws.
Oh, no. Well, something that can't be avoided, and best you can do is just keep playing on and see what happens. And they're actually not doing that bad for having 3 players, as they've got it in the blue side's territory, and it's going to get tossed back into their side as I say that.
Oh yeah,
double diamond.
Gotta welcome you to the caster's curse side of things. It's a thing, I swear, and especially today because of some of these issues. It's a thing, but right now getting stung with a punch and barely off on that shot. It will still be, again, they're playing very well for being down a player. That said, finally putting it through with some power actually was Punda.
Yep, and a 5-point lead now Mozzies have over Blazing Claws, and they're gonna have a joust advantage here. Maybe they can make something of it, make some plays. They gotta do something here with being a player down, and hopefully they can find something here. And they're gonna launch here. Oh, and is that a pause? Yeah.
They found something. They found the restart button. So I guess we got ourselves the tech timeout. They're going to try for Blazing Claws to get their player back integrated into it. Meanwhile, to the chat there, see J Giselle stopping by with the hellos. Hello, welcome to the cast. I got PAMWOW here. If you couldn't tell, for once on one of these VRML streams, you're not hearing only an American accent. I'm sure that's pleasant.
when I'm
That's where you're
actually
supposed to say
playing...
no. Your accent's great, Palidore.
No.
We're being real here.
When I'm actually playing Echo VR, I'll sometimes shift into an American accent while I'm commentating, just to give people a laugh. But like, people actually tell me to keep the American accent for some reason.
One of these days we'll switch off. I'll just be purely Australian accent. You do purely American accent. It'll be flawless, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's doable.
We'll see about that. We'll try, maybe. I'll make the complaint forms readily available just in case.
Yeah, so quick question. Was this a restart now, or was this a pause, and are they keeping the scores from before? What's going on?
Yeah, well, so if they got the tech timeout there, occurs after, like if a player crashes and then after the next goal, a team is allowed to go request a restart, which is, in other words, a technical timeout.
Okay.
They have 5 minutes, and I mean, they got their player back in. So yes, the score should count, and it gets reset to the time that it was. In fact, I'll check that for them in case they don't actually have it down. But yeah, it was 5-0, 8:22 is when it was scored. So yes.
Okay. Well, with a 5-point lead, Blazing Claws should feel a bit under the pressure here in the early stages of the first round, and hopefully they can get back up on their feet here.
Yeah, I mean, they got everyone back in the match and just kind of flying around the arena at the moment, so it looks like setting the clock and setting the score perhaps there, so maybe I don't even need to type it, but yes. So J Giselle with the heart there. Stopping by. Am I getting the name right, by the way? It's J Giselle, or is it Giselle? Or is it Gazelle? One of the players we saw earlier.
A lot of interesting names. You've seen a lot of interesting names today. I saw that glob. I saw that name.
Yeah, that name. I'm gonna get it right next time. It kind of wrecked me the first few times. But what was it? I'm gonna go search for it now.
Twitch chat didn't fail to make a clip of that either for some reason.
Yeah, well, it was fine. You know, we had some, again, tech timeouts at the time, so it gave me time to engage the chat and try and engage my brain and my tongue and trying to figure out how to say the names.
Not gonna deny, I gave it a few tries as well, and it left me flabbergasted.
Yeah, like I said, it was an unfair name. It was definitely missing a vowel in there somewhere.
Yep.
But nonetheless, so 8:45 on the clock. We've got the 5 points on the board, so pretty much just up to these teams restarting at the moment, pressing the ready up buttons. Got to remind them in case they're listening now, or I probably will just go for a ping in the org channel to make sure the clock is reset to 10 minutes once the next round's ready to begin, because otherwise we'll get stuck at that 8:45 until we get that much requested timeout button one of these days. I do hope. I hope. Let's speak it into existence.
And here we go.
All right, so continuation here of this first round. Again, the 5 points going Mozzies' way. Looks like Disc actually set to the mid lane, so not exactly the right place, but we'll roll with whatever they roll with. And so here we go. Launch out again, and let's see.
Blazing Claw's actually going to find the disc in the middle straight away, and they're going to slap it into the defense of Mozzies. We're going to find it, but Boo is actually going to find it and play off the roof, barely missing the goal there, and he's going to undershoot it. It's going to be in the trench here and float in the mid side. McKillar is there, though, and he wants another shot at this. He's going to pass it down. It's going to not quite hit his target, but it's going to bounce right back to Boo. He passes it up to the nest. It's going to come towards us, and it's going to get slapped out of the way there by Mozzies. We're clearing it to the right tunnel. Meanwhile, McKillar is there, ready for it. Tries to go for a pass, but it's intercepted there by Punda. And the Richest is going to lightly tap into the right tunnel, set it up for the Richest and Punda. But it's going to get slapped right back. Yet again, going back and forth here with 7 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock. Blazing Claws really looking for a play here. Although it's plenty of time for any teams to score quite a few 3-pointers here in the bottom of the map. Freestyling on the floor there. Passes it to Punda, who's in the bubble now. Might look for a shot here. Underneath, passes the backboard, but it's not going to bounce right back to exactly where he wanted to go. Freestyle and Goblin punched. and Slamish is going to bounce it off the wall, which Mikilla finds and passes it through the right tunnel.
Yeah,
it's going to bounce actually. Sorry.
Playing some wall ball, no worries. As getting a slap through on the partial clear, it's going to bounce right back to Boo. So yeah, like you mentioned, there's a lot of time for either team to score here. Just a lot of these scrums unfolding right there in the tunnel. Now on the sidewall, a lot of the piles forming. That said, the mile shots, or kilometer, I guess. I got to know my personnel, but nonetheless, it's freestyling. Goblin doing very well.
And that's an extra 3 points going up to the Mozzies total here, an 8-0 point lead. And Blazing Claws, maybe with a just advantage here, unlike the previous launch, maybe they can do something here, hopefully.
And Boo trying to do just that, over to McKiller. On the side panel, just dodging, trying to jump over, but instead getting stunned again. And Punda PC has it stolen now from McKiller. A deep shot could have been good and also had a teammate available, but a nice cutoff there from Freestyling and right back into the orange zone.
And they're both teams looking for a regrab here. But Boo's going to find it first, and he might go for a clear in the left tunnel. Indeed, he does. It's going to bounce right back, though. Right back to McKiller. Throws it again, bounces right back again. And Boo bounces right back again.
This is some incredible wall ball indeed. It's almost you'd think more difficult to hit the edge of that tunnel that many times. But, you know, going for the shot, and almost saved. Unfortunately not. So 10 points for Mozzies.
This was right out of the reach of his hand there, and another 2 points from McKiller, 10-0. And not the best start here for the Blazing Claws. Hopefully in the later half of this round, or possibly round 2, they can find their grasp of the situation. But nonetheless, McKiller's going to take it, and he's going to get stolen straight up from the bat. Punda with the regrab coming in at lightning speed, and he's going to go for a bounce. A freestyle Goblin nearly found a point over the backboard there, but it's bounced just below, and Punda's going to find a punch playing off the floor in the trench area, trying to set it up here for freestyling, but it's bounced right back down to Boo, who's going to clear it down through the trench and into the mid side. But they have two of the Mozzies team waiting for it there. And yeah,
just taking charge here, freestyling. Another ding off that post. So, you know, Blazing Claws here, they're still making the Mozzies work. Definitely not as if they're just getting their first shot attempts to go every single time. That said, it's the multiple ones that are causing a lot of damage as Punda gets that assist from Slay, puts it in, and that's the lucky 13 once again on the board, this time for Mozzies. Well, Sir Dimwee, by the way, in the chat, stopping by, saying hi, and yeah, Jay Giselle calling me. How about Pam Dad? Dadwow? Yeah, Dadwow. I like that. just anything to divert it away from me.
Well, they've actually made their way into the blue side here, and Cozy Sniper, he's got the disc, he's going to pass it up to Nest.
You're going a little bit robotic on me, just by the by. We'll maybe hop into a different call in a second there. So apologies for that, chat. We'll get PAMWOW back in that as a shot off the backboard. Going to be rebounded, but not found. And now another grab here by Slay, and I think we're in the green again. Go ahead, all you, Pam.
Am I good? Am I talking all right?
Yeah. It was just that the Discord connection was a little bit, well, discorded, so yes.
I turned into a bit of an echo clone there, but nonetheless, so we're going to go back into the game here. 3 minutes 36 left on the clock, and Mozzies the 13-0 lead here. Blazing Claws really trying to cling onto their defense here, and they're going to clear it right through the middle side here. But following up those clears is what's really keeping this situation in the negative here for Blazing Claws. I feel like they're focusing a lot of their attention into the defense and just trying to get the ball, just trying to get the disc cleared here. Meanwhile, Mozzies can just calmly collect the disc. Oh, that hit my head, that hurt. And meanwhile, the Mozzies can just calmly collect the disc and
they hit his head. That hurt.
That hurt. Everyone's head is getting hurt. It's hurting everyone. Everyone's getting hurt. Slamish is gonna find a quick clear there through the tunnel. It's going to bounce right to Duck Z, who clears it to the middle, but it's going to get intercepted there by Punta. He's going to throw it off the bottom. It's hovering in the bubble here. And McKiller, a nice pass right through all three players there, but Slamish is ready, and he passes it back onto Bowtie. Punta playing outside underneath the shield there and finds a long shot. 3 points Bunda PC expanding the gap of points from 16 to by 3 points, 16 to 0. Mozzies are going to be leading this one with 2 minutes 20 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, looking strong. Technical Rex in there pointing out, constantly crowding the disc. And yeah, kind of what you were getting at as well, right? They're focusing a lot of attention on the aggression, on the defense, and running interference on that line. But then once that disc is loose, it is indeed. You can see it here again with Mozzies getting back on the disc. So, you know, eventually they're just able to work through. And another goal, dunking it home. It's freestyling, breaking free, and 18 on the score sheet.
Yep. Passing and everything, freestyling's the communication between teams is really important. So when you're going to go for a clear, you got to make sure that you didn't do it all for nothing. You didn't save that goal 3 times for no reason. You're going to invest that save into something magical, some 3-point something. But nonetheless, they're still putting up quite a big fight here, Blazing Claws. And with 1 minute 30 left on the clock, that might have been an answer back there, but it's going to bounce right underneath the goalpost there. Meanwhile, Boo might go for another shot here. From on top, it's a pass, but it's not going to quite make it, and Punda's going to find it. Might go for a clear into the left tunnel, but it's going to go right into the mid, way downfield. And, yep, orange team, Blazing Claws, going to clear it yet again into the mid side.
And blazing on by, indeed. Maybe time to walk it in for the goal. There it is, Mick Killer with less than 1 minute left. Gets the goal. 3 different players just flying by and getting the advantage on offense finally here. So nice way for them to kind of close up this round if nothing else. And you can take that now positively into the next one.
I'm not going to talk in case I'm robotic because it sounded robotic for a second there. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. I might not be good.
Okay. No, all good. All right. So, with 20 seconds left on the clock here, it's not looking like a blazing claws round here, but it's a nice save there from Duxie. He's going to clear it out, and Punta is ready for the intercept. He's going to pass it to the richest, and the richest is going to find an inside shot. 2 points, an extra 2 points to just expand the score to 20 to 0 here. And near the end of the first round, it's going to go to Mozzies.
I think my game died. Has yours? Sure has.
Blazing Claws, although although we can note the point gap, Blazing Claws actually they are putting up a fight, and their re-grabbing potential is there. So maybe
hold on. Real quick.
in the second round we can see a change.
Are you still on the server?
But yeah.
Can you hear me? So, technical Rex, we got technical issues. Fix it. It's your job. This is interesting. So they can hear me. PAMWOW can't hear me. Echo VR can't hear me. This is clearly not what we wanted. Let's see. Solutions. Think on the fly. This is your job, Dora. This is what you trained years for. So let's see. I'm going to exit that. You know what? I think Discord broke. Let's see. Let's see. Interesting. Anyone else's Discord break? Like, mine's actually broken, as in I can't leave or join channels at the moment. That's never happened before. Well, regardless, I do have an invite. Thanks, Punda. Trying to get back in. Sir Dimwee saying I'm not in Discord. Sure I am. But I'm also not. Alright, well, time to run some improv streams and attempt to troubleshoot and go to Task Manager, get all that stuff good and well and done, while also trying not to leave dead air in the chat. This is going to be a true test. See, I almost said true chest of my brilliance, and my brilliance is dimming. Hi, Dimwee. Speaking of dimming, I'm getting back in, and oh, look at that. I'm in a pub lobby. Party join error unknown. Whatever you did, Technical Rex, it's certainly not fixed. Huh. Yeah, Discord I can get taken care of, but Sir Dimwee saying I can forward messages for me. Yeah, I'm trying here. But I can't even join the party right now. As you can it might have just seen there. I got thrown into the match, but it gave me a party join error. Do I have Dr. Pepper? I do have it nearby. That's the only thing that's keeping me sane right now. I will attempt once more to join this match. We'll see if it works. All right, so re-attempting again and again. Not looking good. First time for everything. And if there was a day for this stuff to happen, today was the day. There were a lot of tech issues today. Makes me sad. I think I cursed it because I made a comment that they don't happen to this degree that often, and now here we are. And yes, I ended Task Manager, or ended Discord through Task Manager. Currently trying to load into it again, doing nothing. The game also currently doing nothing, as you can see. So I'm trying to rejoin. Dimwee, can you host on Atlas? Attempt to at least, and I'll try to rejoin through there. Because all my joins through Oculus right now are not getting me in the game for some reason. You need an invite. Or, sorry, get PAMWOW to host through Atlas, that is to say. Because, yeah, he does have Atlas, so just... Oh! Well, Discord's up, so I can at least get back in the channel in a second. Hello.
Oh.
Hi. Oh, look, Sir Dimwee's joining us on the cast.
Hi. Not actually. I was just trying to help from... Oh, I'm getting a call. Anyways, bye, guys.
And just like that, he disappeared with the win.
Yep, gone with the wind and back into the match again, I do hope. So, yeah, if you could attempt to host through Atlas, just open the program and press the host match button. And
yep.
I will attempt to join through here. I can only assume that they took another pause. Hopefully the round isn't underway, yeah?
It is underway.
Oh! That's okay. Underwear. Wait, that wasn't the joke. All right, well, I'm trying to get in here. And fingers crossed. Bada boom, bada bing. We're back in the game. All right,
and,
so
yep.
Halfway through, all you, PAMWOW.
Okay. Well, interesting enough, it's only 5 minutes in the game, and we're yet to see a score here. So, unlike the first round where Mozzies were able to find multiple shots in the beginning, and then almost as I said that, they nearly found like a 70-meter shot there. Yeah, Blazing Claws have been able to hold their ground for the time being, but let's see if I've just cursed them here. Right on the nest, Punda is going to get intercepted there by Duck Z. He's going to clear it right out through the mid side. It's going to bounce right back to Duck Z. He's going to throw it yet again.
Well, if nothing else, I guess maybe these teams just, they knew I wasn't here. They're just waiting. That said, a lot of that kind of stalemating going on. We saw some of it in the first round, but yeah, being held off here. And we'll see when the first score does occur. I mean, a lot of the piles forming. That much I can say for sure.
Yep. And Mikilla playing outside here. Went for a pass around to Duxy. And Boo's going to find it. Micro for a shot, but it's too much to the left there. Duxy exclaiming his anger for a bit there. Oh, and Cozy Sniper not going to be able to find the shot there. It's going to get cleared out by the Richest. And with 4 minutes left on the clock, you'd be surprised that these are the two same teams that are playing off each other compared to the first round of what we were watching. Did Blazing Claws change? Did the stream change? Is this all fake right now? Did we have to put something on that was pre-recorded because we had technical issues? I don't know. You tell me.
No, I mean, show goes on, game goes on. You know, you played as if casters weren't here. I mean, basically. So it's going. I mean, that being said, it is like I said, a stalemate, 0-0. So not, you know, score-wise, the plays not happening yet anyway. So I mean, they can continue going. Although that being said, I am curious when they did start the second round if they actually started with a full 10 minutes or the 8 minutes because of the that reset in the first round.
Yes, well, hopefully that can be factored in easily later on, and nothing too crucial will be the effect of that happening. Anyway, but besides that, Boo going to take a nice long shot, but Slam, she's going to find it and answer back into the orange side, and Blazing Claws Need to quickly re-grab here because Punda's going to go for a setup on the backboard for the richest. And Freestyle and Goblin might just find it. Yep, and that's going to be the first 2 points of this round here with 2 minutes 43 seconds left on the clock. Very interesting how the first goal was, it's taken quite a while to actually be made, and Freestyle and Goblin's going to find that. Very different from the first round here.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, 2.5 remaining, apparently. And, yeah, the Mozzies going up by 2, but took a good while, as you said.
Yep, and if Blazing Claws want to stay in this game, they're going to need to find something within the next 2 minutes, and possibly bring it to round 3. But Mozzies playing the defense well here. It's bounced back awkwardly, but Richie's going to find it again, and Boo's going to find it from that and pass it. Freestyle and Goblins there in the goals, and Doug Z's found the intercept, and he might be able to potentially set up for a goal here, even up the tides.
That was a really good grab and stun. Unfortunately, kind of lost the handles on the disc afterwards, but still another attempt. I mean, they can, with less than 2 minutes, if they can wrangle this disc, they can still bring it to a close game and maybe force that round 3. I mean, it's close, and with all this defense piling up again, it's kind of your guess is as good as mine on who's going to come away with it. That said, a deep shot, a bit of a bold one, as it's going to be directly into the goalie's hands there.
Yep, there's definitely potential for Blazing Claws to find a quick 2-pointer here and bring it to round 3. But yeah, a great save there from, I believe it was Freestyling. But Punda might be able to do something here. It's going to bounce off the backboard and not quite make it. Makilla's going to clear it right back into Freestyle and Goblin. He's going to play in the lower trenches here. Might go for a pass to the right, and indeed he does. Punda PCVR. Nice shot, but it's not nice enough. And Freestyle and Goblin's going to find it. Everyone's taking shots here. Bit of a turtle formation coming in here from the Blazing Claws.
And taking at the bottom of the ramp now by by Mozzies against the Blazing Claws. Less than a minute, 30 seconds in fact, winding down the round. Will be taken up high, but slapped out actually. Punda going for it. Now, with 25 seconds left, it really needs to find that blue side of the floor right about now, or those windows are closing. Indeed, more piles forming. Just nothing able to get going. One more heave into that deep end, but I mean, 10 seconds left, and it looks like Mozzies are set to take it away.
Very interesting game coming here today, and they might be able to find an extra 2 points to close out the game, but it's not going to happen. And very interesting round from round 1 with 20 to 2, I believe, from 2 to 0. Like Blazing Claws definitely changed something up in that break that they had between the rounds, and whatever they did, they need to keep working at that because it certainly does work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always like about the silver linings, what you can do better round to round, game to game, and it's one of the nice things, you know, having footage to look over and things to discuss and casters to kind of go over that type of thing. But definitely some, you know, good things to work with. I think, as you mentioned, and as was the running theme in the first round, especially that I was present for, since I did miss a lot of the second round. But nonetheless, one of the things, just I think spacing more on the offense. You know, less. You see more and more over time, teams, once they kind of get their bearings and get that chemistry going, able to space the floor and offer, you know, those comms and the passing lanes, more importantly, right? So, for instance, the further up the ladder you go in Master League and in Echo Arena, you see less of the pile-ups and you see more of the spacing. So if you are watching a teammate trying to go retrieve a clear disc, for instance, and you say, well, that teammate has a probable chance at getting it. So what I'm going to do, instead of joining the pile late and kind of getting nowhere, what I will do is go anchor on the bow tie, or I'll go anchor on the nest, or double diamond, or somewhere. And then as my teammate is about to maybe get the disc, I'm calling out, you know, red, yellow, green to kind of signify how much time they have, for instance. And I'm saying, I'm at bow tie, or I'm at nest, I'm at barrier, I'm at mid. That way, the moment that they do pounce on the disc, they have an immediate outlet, you know, like a panic button where they can just reset it out and then find their spacing and then calmly work it back up the floor.
Couldn't agree more with you there, Pally. Especially with Blazing Claws, they definitely could have utilized the extra spacing there. They were finding a lot of intercepts there when they were being attacked by Mozzies, but yeah, exactly what you said. Just the ability to clear and find a pass to another teammate, and not just basically freely give it back to the opponent, is always something that you would want to look for when you're clearing. But nonetheless, a really good game here.
Yeah. I wish I could have been there for you know, more than 3/4 of it. But alas, that was really unusual. I've never seen or had that happen.
It's the OCE curse. It's
the today curse. I don't understand today. It's been wild with some of these weird happenings. But yeah, I've never had it where, first of all, Discord just completely stopped functioning for me. Where Oculus apparently briefly wouldn't let me back in the game, no matter how hard I tried. That was strange.
Yeah.
So apologies to the stream, the viewers, and the teams for not being able to capture some of that match, especially with how much more contested that second round was. But still, for what I was here for, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, it was great, and it was great to be here. Really good experience here, and I've got a lot to learn. I haven't even listened over the VOD yet, but upon hearing my own voice as the words leave my mouth, even as I'm saying it, as the words leave my mouth, I know that there's a lot I need to improve on, and it's great to have this platform to practice and improve. And it's great to be doing it with you, Palidore, because I was actually going to say this earlier. People, the community, especially Palidore, one of the major influences into me doing what I'm doing now. So really grateful, and thank you.
I appreciate that a ton. That's really nice of you to say. And honestly, so the thing is too, not to get super, I guess, philosophical, but like, we're always more critical on ourselves, right, than I think other people. I notice that in everything I do typically. Some amount of self-critiquing is good, but at the end of the day, I think you did a lot better than you thought. I can say pretty firmly, and I know this isn't your first actual cast in the grand scheme of things, but you're a natural. You got the voice, you got the flow. You're gonna be good to go. So I'm
that means a lot.
super happy, and I think you should definitely be happy with how that went, minus the crashes. So yeah, that's how far my influence got. They said, nope, Palidore, you cannot cast this game. We're just gonna kick you out for a few minutes.
All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Dimwee in there as well, chiming in, saying sounded good. And see, okay, another one of those names. Okay, Jays or JZ, because I want to get the names right, but I get a little confuzzled sometimes. Technical Rex complimenting PAMWOW as well. See Punda PC stopping by saying, was trying to invite you half the second round. I know, I apologize, I do. Real quick question for you, because I've been learning week after week with some of these streams, some of the lingo and whatnot. Of course, Mozzies. It's a mosquito. I've learned soggy bunning snag. I know what a bunning snag is. What's a punda? Is that a thing? I mean, is it just a term?
A punda?
Yeah. What's a punda? Is it like a pun panda? I mean, because that I can get behind, but yeah, I'm not quite sure.
I wish I could tell you what a punda was, but I've literally got no idea. I've actually never heard of punda, but I'm guessing it's like a abbreviation just for panda. Oh yeah, technical in the chat saying panda. I don't know. I might be able to ask him after this. That's again, it's a nice community. I can just message him just like that and ask him, hey, what does your name mean? And he'll just quickly tell me.
Oh, I swear I didn't mean to do that. I swear I didn't mean to. Hold on. Although that was pretty funny. I will.
It was funny.
Whoops. And the sad thing is, he is not going to believe that was not on purpose. But I swear on all my life, that wasn't on purpose. Oh, my goodness.
Confirming that it is actually panda. So that's good to know that I haven't missed out on any Australian slang I've been growing up. But, yeah.
I don't know.
Now you got to teach me some American slang.
I'm just face-palming so hard. On all my honor, that wasn't on purpose. Although, maybe next time it will be, who knows. But no, that was... Whoops, did not mean to ban anyone today. Sorry, it was an actual slip of the finger, I swear. Punda is a city in... Oh, here we go. Willemstad. All right, good. That's less tongue-tying now. Sir Dimwee coming through with the facts, as usual. Appreciate that. Keeping me knowledgeable and in check. Good to know. But yeah, I always look forward to kind of aside of learning about the players and the teams, also learning about the different regions and different slang. Keeps me cultured as an American.
Keeps you cultured.
That's right, partner. And well, from the casting booth today, I've been Palidore, and that's been PAMWOW and a fantastic debut. Is there anything else you wanna say or get to, or shall we now close off for the evening?
I just want to say thank you, Palidore, and you, Twitch chat, for stopping by. Yeah, big thanks to the Echo community in general. Always happy to be here and talk to you all. And stay safe, in the words of Pally. Yeah,
absolutely. And just to echo, and I suppose add on to that. See, I'm really already getting the accent there. Just to add on to it, it was a great match, great times, great chats. I'm Palidore. That's Sir Dimwee in the chat. I was joining us for a moment. That's PAMWOW on his debut, and that's Technical Rex firmly unbanned. Glad to see it. So be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be good to each other. We'll see you again very soon.
Goodbye.
We didn't run through the stats. I would be remiss. All right. I'm going to do it.
Quickly ban him again. Quickly ban him again.
I was considering it, believe me. But okay, you know what? Fine, that's fine. Freestyling with 7 points there. 3 saves for him, 1 steal, 9 stuns. And for Punda PC, it's 11 points, 1 assist, 3 saves, 3 steals, 33 stuns. Look at that, the lucky 13s. Uncanny. I just want to point that out. Look, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3. I'm just saying, there's some synchronicity. You know what? 2 assists from Slaymish, 3 saves as well, 8 stuns for the richest. Not poor at all, pouring it in though with the 2 points and the 3 assists, nice dishes, 1 save, 21 stuns. Over on the side of the Blazing Claws, it was Boo, so scary on the saves with a couple of them, 3 steals, 21 stuns, and it's 2 points for Mick Killer, and some killer saves with the 4 as well. 2 steals, 29 stuns. So a lot of defense, a lot of steals. Definitely a criminal and a killer at that. Cozy Sniper with the combat with 2 steals and 11 stuns rather. Now Ducks contributing 5 saves and 16 stuns. So actually, thank you for the reminder of going through the stats, because you know what? Cannot help but always be impressed by the defense. So I think, yeah, Blazing Claws, you guys build upon that. You'll be good to go for the next round. I mean, if we get those round 2 performances consistently, I think in no time we'll be seeing some impressive games. There you go. We got the stats. I was ready to sign off. Yeah, I was happy to sign off, but it's a fair point. There's not been a single cast where I haven't at least said something on the stats, and you know what? A lot of things broke today, but that streak is not going to be one of them. So now, I've been Palidore. That's been PAMWOW. This has been VRML Week 6. Thank you for watching. Happy, healthy, safe, good. Bye.
Goodbye.